when you have the belief that whatever is happening to you is actually happening for you, not to you, then you see everything from a different perspective. If I'm going through a difficult time or a challenging time, it's like, okay, this is playing into my life's purpose somehow. So for me, depression and anxiety led to me becoming a hypnotherapist and specializing in that area. And I just yesterday had this big realization about the next step for me. And it was because of another catalyst that I've had in my life. And so all these challenges that we experience, they're there for a reason. They're there so that we could be the teacher of that for someone else who is yet to experience that, whatever that might be. And so when we get back to the point of, the why is we have to follow our soul's purpose, because that's why we're here. At some point in the other realm, we said, hey, Caryn, meet you down there.
Yes, which is why we're soul sisters.
This is why we're soul sisters. Let's awaken consciousness by talking about things that people are not really conversant with. Let's talk about the things that we have learned as we're working things out, and maybe this will awaken others in the way that they see their life. And so we actually planned this from the other realm well before we met each other. And that is kind of like so exciting to know that, right?
Yeah. And who would have guessed, And like you said, I think part of soul's purpose and, how do we find our soul's purpose? For those of them people that don't know their soul's purpose, it is about exactly what you said, is how is this happening for me, not to me? When I heard that, as I think about that perspective many times in my life, I think, okay, how is this evolving me as a soul? How is this happening for me? And what is it doing to help me evolve? And that's even how I look at, Josh going to the other side, is how did that evolve me? And in massive, massive ways, which we're going to talk about sometime in another episode, about how we got evolved as souls with experiences.
Yeah. And there's two parts to that. So one is the catalyst and the challenges that we experience. That's part of our soul's purpose. So whatever it is that is difficult in our life, because we learn and we then master that and we get through that, and then we can teach that. And then on the other side is we've all come to this earth with strengths, certain gifts that are ours. And we all have something. Like for me, I love speaking. And so obviously that's going to be a part of what I'm doing. Everyone has got a gift, whether it's being funny, because that is a part of your purpose. If it's being funny, I'm not a funny person, but there are other people who are funny. That's so important, to make people laugh, to bring joy into the world. Then that's their purpose. What is it that's part of like your unique strength? So you tell me, Caryn, one of the things that makes you uniquely, what's your unique strength?
Yeah. My unique strength is holding the bucket for people, loving people unconditionally, healing, helping people heal through life's challenges. And I know that's why I'm here on this earth. That is one of my strengths. And interesting you say being a speaker and liking to speak, because that was never part of my plan. I've worked really hard, because I'm an introvert. I've worked very hard on being public and telling my stories and being vulnerable and authentic and speaking using my voice, because it's not my way of being. My way of being is helping people and supporting people and loving people. And we can always work through things, but it's interesting to see those pieces of us that are our gifts.
Yeah, it's interesting what you said, and it's so true. Just because you haven't acknowledged that you've got this gift from birth doesn't mean you can't develop it. Of course not. But of course you can develop anything you need to develop. But what we actually come to earth with we've planned these catalysts from before we came to earth that will occur in our life. that doesn't mean we don't have free will. Of course we do, but there's a series of things that can possibly happen to us. And according to our free will, some of those things will happen. And also how attuned we are to listening to the whispers of our higher self as to how many things happen to us. So if I had ignored all the signs of depression and anxiety, didn't do anything about it, kept being misaligned with my life, kept working in the corporate world, then things would keep happening to me until I started waking up and listening. But I did listen. And so other events happened, and that's formed part of the story. And then on the other side are the strengths that we bring into it. There's our purpose. But just to make it really simple, like really, really basic, this is at the very basic level without even thinking about all that. Follow the joy.
Yes. Follow the joy. Yes. I remember it was only a couple days after Josh passed away, and I would post on Facebook some of my feelings, and I wanted to share some of it. And it always ended with, I choose joy.
Yeah.
And because I do, like, I get to choose joy. We have a choice. And the last thing I wanted was to be stuck in grief. I just didn't want to be there. And choose joy, right? No matter what's happening in your life, we all have trauma. We all have hard. And when we choose joy, life is easier.
Exactly. And so how do you choose joy? You just feel it. So when you've got a decision about, should I do this or should I do that? The best way to decide, this is what I do. I close my eyes. Okay, what feels expansive? That's the way then. What feels, I don't want to do that. Don't do that.
Yeah. It's that checking your gut. Check your gut. Check your heart. Right?
Yeah.
That's
wherever the energy is, right?
Yeah.
Wherever the energy is.
Right.
Yeah. Energy is there. Follow the energy. Follow the yellow brick road. You know, there's so many, with The Wizard of Oz. I nearly forgot the name. The Wizard of Oz. It's just, there's so much more to that movie than when I first understood it and first saw it, about following the yellow brick road and then looking for that purpose and looking for something, and then that was the illusion, and then it was all inside them. Everything they were ever looking for was inside them. Courage was inside them. Heart was inside them. Everything was inside them. And so we've come down here with everything inside of us. So remember why we're here. If we're alive during this time on the planet, when consciousness is going through such a huge evolution, and we as light workers are here to awaken people to their true magnificence, that's why you're here. We're here as part of the awakening journey. We're all here for the same reason, but we all have a different role. It's almost like a movie or a play, which you go and have a look at. It's all there for the same reason, to inspire someone to think in a different way or to feel something, but every person's got a different part in that movie. Even the behind the scenes people, they all have an equally valuable part. Thanks for watching. We hope you loved it.
And if you did, please like this video and subscribe to the channel.
And remember, always connect to your truest essence.
And choose love. We'll see you next time.